Alright, what is up? What is going on, guys? Toasty here, Get Burnt, and today I'm actually doing another review for you guys, and today I'm doing an Ultimate Tenkaichi review. There are a lot of people who hate and love this game, and I just wondered, man, I really should give my opinion on it, because I never really did. I never said if I really loved the game, or hated the game, or liked the game, or whatever. I've never really said what I thought about the game entirely. Like, I've said what I thought about some parts of the game, but I've never really said what I thought about the actual game itself. So I thought, you know, why not do a review for it? So yeah, guys, that is going to be the video for today, and pretty much, if you guys want me to do a review of any other game, it doesn't have to be a Dragon Ball Z game. It could actually be a game that you've seen me play before. And I have a few PS2 games that I might review in the future, but that is not what is concerning us now. So right now, I will let you guys watch my Ultimate Tenkaichi review. Enjoy. The story. Alright, to be honest, I think the Ultimate Tenkaichi story mode does an alright job here. I mean, they seem to follow the story of DBZ very well. The story mode of Ultimate Tenkaichi goes from the beginning of Z to the end of GT. Except there's only one fight in GT between Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega Shenron. And I know a lot of you are probably saying that is just fucking stupid. They need to have more fights in GT. Well, honestly, I kind of can see where they're coming from, because they'd have to actually get a new character for Baby. For all of his forms, because they can't just have one form of Baby. That people would really hate that too. And I don't know. It just seems that they really did a good job with the story mode. Except the only thing is, this game allows you to fly around the world just like Budokai 3. If you played Budokai 3, you know what I mean. It allows you to fly around the world of DBZ. It allows you to fly around Namek or the actual Earth. But the problem is that there's nothing else to do. You know what I mean by that? There's nothing else to do. Like in Budokai 3, they had like secrets and stuff that you can go and find around the world, which is really what made the flying around the world thing really awesome, because you got to find money, get to find random fights, get to find cool shit. And like what if fights and stuff like that, unlock secret characters, stuff like that. That was pretty cool. But now there's nothing else. There is literally the only thing that you see are random fights and the actual, whatever you call it, the actual checkpoint, or actual place where you go to fight your enemy. Which is kind of stupid. I don't know. I mean, really, what is the point of having us fly around the world if we're not even going to be able to explore and find anything? I honestly think that that could have been taken out of the story mode, and if they could have added a little bit more GT stuff in there, that would have been a little bit better, in my opinion, because we haven't had anything in GT for the Xbox gen of DBZ games at all. We have not had one game besides Ultimate Tenkaichi since the release of the DBZ games with GT in it. There has not been one. GT is like not been touched on at all because of the Raging Blast series. Raging Blast is only Dragon Ball Z, and there's no Dragon Ball either in them. And I don't know. I don't know. I wish that they could have gotten a little bit more into GT, because I kind of really wanted GT in this game. I know a lot of people hate GT, but I really would have loved to see some kind of GT elements put in this game, like maps like that are, like, I guess GT maps in themselves. I guess that would have been pretty cool. But you know, whatever. It's not like it's a huge thing, but yeah. There are 4 boss battles in the story mode. There's Great Ape Vegeta, Metacooler Core, Hyrudegarn, and Janemba. And I can say these boss fights were done incredibly well. I loved doing these boss fights. These boss fights, even though sometimes they were challenging, well, not really challenging, they were actually pretty easy. Besides Metacooler Core, I actually was stuck on him for a little bit, but I actually found a way on how to actually beat him easily. So basically, the boss fights are a blast. Not a reason to get the game or whatever, but you know, boss fights are great. That's just really what you need to know. The cutscenes. 3D cutscenes, that's what's mostly in this game. And I know a lot of you probably look at the trailers and stuff and you see remastered Dragon Ball Z, you see like HD stuff and all that stuff, like Goku winning against Kid Buu, or Gohan becoming a Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. But mostly this game is filled with 3D cutscenes, and they're fine. The only problem is the lip syncing. This game, I believe, was not able to be changed at all from the Japanese version, so the lip syncing is pretty off. and it's only really works with the Japanese version. And that's what I say. That's what I think. But I haven't really tried turning on the Japanese. I have barely ever turned on the Japanese version of this game, just because I don't like Dragon Ball Z in Japanese that much. But that is besides the point. Alright. So now, of course, the boss battles, the cutscenes, the main storyline, it's followed really well. But after the Cell Saga, it seems like it gets a little rushed. I don't know. The Boo Saga to me looks like it was rushed a little bit. Not really like that it was like, oh man, this is so not following the story or whatever, but it looks like it got a little bit like they were like needing to hurry, like, okay, we gotta hurry this shit up because we're losing time. We need to put this game out. That's what it seemed like to me. But I don't know, maybe I'm just exaggerating and I'm just seeing shit. But anyways, that is pretty much it for the storyline. Basically, good storyline, but it gets a little foggy near the end for me. And that's what I think. But now the gameplay. Gameplay. This is where this game actually doesn't shine at all. This is where the game falls badly. Okay. Sad to say, the gameplay in Ultimate Tenkaichi is pretty poor. I think that the makers of the game wanted to try something different for this game, instead of the generic 3D fighting that we've all seen since the Budokai Tenkaichi series. I mean, they did do this, not the same kind of thing here, but it was kind of like in Burst Limit, except it was more of the fighting like cutscene shit. Like, there's more. When you look at the gameplay, you notice that you really don't control the character that much. You hit him 5 times or 4 times, and then it goes into a chain. You have 2 chains. You have an X chain, you have a Y chain. Now, the X chain, it's pretty much the same every time. You can hit them in different ways. You could like hit him into the ground or hit him to the left or right or up. But it will always end the same way of you just pummeling the opponent. And then the Y chain, it will end in 4 different ways. Depends on which way is your last stroke of your analog stick. It depends on what you do for that stick, and then it'll do a different move. Now, sadly, the game fails here because this really doesn't have that much of surprises or difference in every fight. Every fight seems very similar just because of the same combos, and it gets boring. Completely honest, this is really what pushed everyone away from Ultimate Tenkaichi. It wasn't a bunch of meaningless hate, it was actual how the game didn't really have that much of a structure for gameplay. It only really stuck out in the story, and that's it. And I know that's really sad, because they could have made this game like Burst Limit, except a little bit more 3D, because I don't know if that's really what they were looking for. Probably not. But if they did that, I don't think that really people would be mad or hate this game. They'd actually like it a little bit more, because Burst Limit was a good game. It had a good fighting style and stuff, but sadly they just didn't do it right. And I guess since they didn't do it right, people hated it, and Ultimate Tenkaichi was then known as one of the worst Dragon Ball Z games to ever come out. I hope that this doesn't push them away from doing anything new with their next few DBZ games, because I honestly want the games to be different. I'm sorry, but I don't like the same old generic stuff over and over again. Yes, I do enjoy playing RB2. Yes, I do enjoy playing BT2, but I do not enjoy the same thing over and over and over. I don't know. It's just me. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for the gameplay. Now I will talk about the music and sound. But basically, the gameplay is just lackluster. You're not going to really enjoy this game for more than 2 weeks because of its lack of gameplay difference. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the gameplay. Now onto the sound. Alright, now the sound. Now the tracks in Ultimate Tenkaichi are actually not bad at all. They're actually pretty good. I actually really like them. But yeah, the game, of course, would draw you away from the sound or the music or whatever. But if you do listen to either the song in the background or the songs in the game, you'll actually hear that they are pretty nice sounds, soundtrack. Although, I actually found out, and I actually have the video, not the video, the songs on my computer. Apparently, they had a bunch of songs that were awesome that they were going to put in the game, but they never did. This included Dragon Soul, Yeah Break, Care Break, what else? Kokoro no Hain from all those from Dragon Ball Z Kai. I forgot which other ones they did, but oh, We Got a Power from Hironobu Kageyama. Like, those songs were so good. Like, I have them on my computer and I listen to them a lot, and they are great. You've probably heard them in my other videos. Oh, Chala Head Chala as well. Well, a different instrumental for it, but yeah, they're all really good, and you probably heard it in some of my other videos. When you heard Dragon Soul in my intros and stuff, yeah, that was what's supposed to be in Ultimate Tenkaichi, but they decided to not use it, which sucks because I really would have loved to hear those in the game while I was fighting someone else. I'd love to hear Dragon Soul playing in the background, man. I like that song, but yep, that is it for the sound. Really, the voice acting in this game is pretty good. It's Kai. If you don't like the Kai voice acting, then I guess you don't like the voice acting really in this game. But I find it pretty good, so yeah, that is it for the sound and the music. Alright, also want to talk a little bit about Hero Mode. Hero Mode is a good addition to the series, but sadly, Hero Mode really, it doesn't give you that many options. Like, it doesn't really give you options. Like, I'd love to see a story mode that would give you, like, different things to do instead of just saying, oh yeah, go to this point, go to this point, go to this point. You go through a story mode with your made-up hero, your made-up Saiyan, and it is alright, but sadly there is not a lot built up into it. This is a very good thing that I hope they do in future DBZ games. They allow you to change your hairstyle, your color of your skin, so you can have a black Saiyan if you want, or any other color Saiyan. You can change your clothing, and yeah, you can change your powers too. But the sad thing is that there's not that much stuff to do in this. Basically, you go to the story mode, of course, with your character, and after that, you really are left with nothing to do besides train and then fight with other characters. Which, they're not, of course, because of the gameplay, it's not that great. But this is a good thing. I hope that they keep doing Hero Mode in other DBZ games, but they utilize it better than Ultimate Tenkaichi did. They make it better. They add more choices to the campaign. They add a lot, well, I guess a lot more choices of what you can wear. There's not a lot of costumes. There's only 10 costumes. There's only 3 hairstyles, which is also, oh no, not 3. There's about 10 actually hairstyles. And that's not a lot, and I really wish that they hope, I hope that they actually put more customization and a lot more of a better story in the future DBZ games. But Hero Mode, for me right now, it's pretty good. I don't have a problem with it, and yep, that is it, pretty much it for the Hero Modes. Now for the final verdict. This game gets a lot of hate, and I can kind of see why. This game doesn't really change anything with gameplay. Like, it changes a lot, but it's boring and it doesn't last long. And I'm sad about this because this game could have been so much better if the system was different. Some of the aspects of this game are pretty nice, but other aspects, they're just not there, and they're just so not what we expected out of this game. But yeah, that is the final verdict, I guess. The game is not that good. I'm sorry if you wanted to get Ultimate Tenkaichi, you wanted to hear me say positive things about it. But honestly, the game is lackluster, and you will not really like it after a while. But that's just my opinion, so yeah, that's the final verdict. The game is meh, but yeah, that is it for the final verdict. That is the end of this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you guys did, then please leave a like rating. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, that is it for this review, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.